spirit.
Must have had it knocked clean out of me. In fact, why don't I go look for it? I worry Zeb's in over his head with all of this. Good thing we showed up when we did. It was less merger and more hostile takeover. I don't have all the details, but it sounds like Spacer's Choice tried to outmaneuver Auntie Cleo through quasi-legal means and got a hell of a lot more than they bargained for. And now her new brand's been turned into an invasion force bent on conquering the entire system. Funny how life works out. Oh yeah? What's needling you? Fair point. Guess Horizon Point didn't exactly foster a lasting fellowship, did it? All I heard about this moon called Eden. Ain't much, all jesting aside, what's there to tell? Spent the first year getting back up on my feet, literally. Before the invasion, at least, the Earth Directorate still needed someone to watch the colony, and I had 2 working lamps. Not always. Went a couple of stretches there on low power to avoid detection from the way you're gawping at me right now makes me think I answered that question wrong. I appreciate the concern. Won't lie, had some hard years. Got caught up in a few lost causes, the particulars of which I'd rather not go into now, if it's all the same. No point drawing about history when our ex-agent friend is out there doing her damnedest to ruin the future.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to exalted vigilant. We must
Again.
Man, are here catching any strays. Know what? Forget I said anything. You're doing great.
Stuff's got me awful perturbed.
You can't reality Davis is specific with these choices.
You know, I'm really starting to feel hopeful about settling here in Fairfield.
Why settle when you can thrive?
Gray gone astray? Book a stay today. Are you mentally refreshed?
Oh. At least it's not shooting the water anymore.
Under protectorate law, we are bound to inform you.
Greetings. It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to protectorate excellence. But where are my manners? We do not... Serving Unit 1.
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, I believe something still can be done. This town can... What?
Comestibles.
We of the Protectorate pride, we are not miracle. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts. We are of like minds. We lack not the skill to do so. Unfortunately, we lack ready availability of said parts. Why, we're traitors, obviously. We've not fulfilled our duties as members of the Protectorate. It is incumbent upon us to fight to the death, yet we still live, as does our enemy. Now, either the arbiters arrive to execute us, or this place falls under the vapid boot heel of Auntie's choice. No matter who wins, we cannot sustain ourselves here for long.
Work isn't strenuous or stressful. Food is nutritious and plentiful. We have everything we need. Prudence dictates.
My linguistic embellishments are somewhat beside the point. This here's a matter of accountability. Responsibility was mine. Disgrace and judgment should be mine solely as well. My intention is to absolve my subjects of any and all such blame. I owe it to every single person here to try.
We're all in this together.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem.
That's abundantly kind of you. Though there must be something I can offer.
The pleasant atmosphere and rich natural resources represent a fascinating...
Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in.
Sometimes challenges do arise. We all know how invasive species can unbalance even the most robust ecosystem, like those nettlesome raptidons.
Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south, but do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here.
But prudence dictates we give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset any
Farewell now.
minor disruption.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you.
Have time for a chat, Commander? This is a delicate situation. You reckon we help folk here get back on their feet? Or do what the minister asked?
Under protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous.
Well, if we help Westport, the Vigilant has promised to get us into the box. Folk here could rebuild their community. Maybe. But it's only delaying the inevitable, if you ask me. If we convince these folk to join up with Auntie's Choice, they can start new lives away from the protectorate guillotine. They'd be grateful once they see what we got on offer. Plus, the minister's deal was clear. Do this, and he'll tell you how to gain entrance to the Vox. So you'd still get what you're after. The whereabouts of DeVries, right?
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why? Because the matriarch herself designed it, and the sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and lack of community led to terrible...
You got it. Let's start conversating. The sooner we know how folk really feel about living here, the sooner we'll know who to butter up.
Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of
the itinerant stranger returns.
We have community, purpose, time for recreation.
Parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to... Now, please.
Strenuous or stressful, food is nutritious and plentiful. We have everything we need. Prudence dictates.
Welcome back.
We take a moment to
Well, look who it is. What is it? Speak your mind. Certainly. What would you like to... we are also tasked with leading the rest of... Why? Is there anything else? Farewell now. The itinerant stranger returns.
To the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the
Pshaw! I've no desire to speak of the current state of why I cannot fathom any of my people or I even contemplating defecting the protectorate, let alone for that cesspool of inanity.
Recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna.
The only thing they need, that all of us here need. Nobody needs go. It'd have to be catastrophically obvious this place was doomed, and incontrovertibly beyond my means to... When I look outside, I have our automechs are still running, mostly. We have a generator to power them, fresh water, Oh, I thought you weren't interested. Well, I suppose if I can return the settlement to a reasonable... The arbiters might see fit to penalize only me. Commute the others' sentences. Allow them to maintain things.
So much for their paradigm keeping mouths fed and roofs overhead. The minister was right to send us here.
Nettles of raptidons, or the base individualists within Auntie's Choice. Though don't... The system is resilient. We must all do our part to maintain it. Keep doing your job with pride. Keep informing on
Almost
your
missed the
neighbors.
routine certitude
Same
by
as
design.
ever. But prudence dictates we give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset any minor disruption.
That doesn't sound like a sale.
The announcer's voice is so smooth, mellifluous, persuasive.
Don't pre-select your assignment at birth. It's true.
The matriarch and sovereign...
Greetings! However, I may offer you a limited initiating.
In fact,
Listen to these secret
protectorate
The
subjects now
advertisements
lying in
help
Fairfield.
the wildest subjects.
yourself. With Andy's choice, your lives will be transformed.
Cleo here with a direct message to all protectorate subjects listening in. I'm afraid you've been fed a lot of hooey about all of us.
Conversation is not possible at this or any time.
Would have you believe we're unscrupulous interlopers, intent on stealing the very bread off your plate? Tut tut! No! Nothing could be farther from the truth. Listen to your Auntie.
Well, it's infected.
Prudence dictates we...
You walked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. Don't suppose you have any medical supplies to spare, do you? That you might kindly consider donating? Oh, no thank you. Not looking for anything that does more harm than good. I have enough ailments to manage already. From what I've heard about Auntie's medicaments, might poison a patient or cause them to grow an extra head or something. Never know what they're testing out on you.
My extra parts aren't side effects. That's your implication. And anyhow, I should think some minor side effects would be preferable to dying.
Honestly? Well, I'm a reasonable judge of character, and you seem upright. On behalf of my patients and I, thank you. We're all grateful. Guess outsiders aren't all just base individualists like they say on the wireless. Barring this being some tricky sales strategy, that is. This is a good start, but I fear it won't last long. Wouldn't happen to know a reliable means to procure more, would you? They'd sell to us? Those medicaments you gave us before? No, never. You must think me easily hoodwinked. Our societies are sworn enemies. You almost make that sound reasonable, under a highly skewed, morally vacuous light. Not seeing a wealth of options here at present. I can watch my patients die, then face execution, or we can resettle elsewhere and remain alive. I lean toward the latter. The abandoned section of Westport ought to have some supplies. Should be enough medicaments down there to help our injured survive the trip to Fairfield. It's perilous, though. If you're sure it'll retain its efficacy, that might just do the trick. I recognize these patients require more care than I'm able to provide here. Seems like in Fairfield, I can get them the help they require. The one last additional thing we'll need is for Vigilant Hogarth to agree to it. It's less a concern about disloyalty and more my respect for his abilities. He's a skilled leader, and we could sorely use his aid, from coordinating logistics to keeping up morale. I'll surely have my hands full with my patients. His presence on the journey would save lives. All right, be careful out there.
Stay true, outsider. Stay true, outsider.
People have been complaining about those ads.
As the
playing.
sovereign, I wish I could program an
to all
automat
manner
to
of
feel
coloring.
these feelings I'm feeling.
You can't
fight
instead.
contentment.
Unnaturally sweet, it's almost
I'm loath to admit it, but the enemy propaganda sure does sound delicious.
We're rushing into market, following a modicum of testing.
I can't say that voice sounds at all.
Certainly, a session of mental refreshment will help.
Security hostile. Detected. Plasma tolerances exceeded.
Featuring our finest pre-sliced bread and dehydrated water tablets, specially designed to be eaten alone at your desk.
The bare minimum you need to make it through your day.
Show your supervisor you.
You've returned.
Nice weather we have been having, or not having. Goodbye.
That endless yattering is more insipid than I'd imagined.
Transformed for the best.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice? Remember, Auntie knows best.
Auntie's choice. Your so-called superiors would have you believe we're unscrupulous.
I had a nightmare that the matriarch didn't gift us the paradigm, and we were left to scramble for purpose.
No, nothing could be farther from the truth. To your Amity. They say they offer you direction.
I'm sure this is all part of the paradigm.
Choice sure sounds exhausting. Maybe Amity.
Stating you're their slave. They say you're part of a
Caught me. That part always hits me directly. To quote my personal log, me? Move to fair? Why, would a true ally, if you, in any...
liberators, spreading free trade and self-betterment throughout the galaxy. As the head of our corporation,
and take
the Outlander I spoke with before. What brings you back around?
Why, that's wonder others. A reference you'll no doubt recognize from those keen Auntie's Choice commercials. Why, they are. You and I are just like him. Get up and go. If I am not the person for it, I would be most surprised. Do tell. I normally might, but my cousin, the warden there, freely enjoys stringing up Auntie's Choice sympathizers, and Marilyn would grant no reprieve to family. That seems neither prudent nor wise. Why, that sounds like something only a true get-up-and-go-getter would have. Well, all right, glad this worked.
And flee though you may, your sovereign is silent. This suffering cannot continue.
Simply saying I'd rest easier if he'd been
To
assigned
inform
to it.
on a neighbor is a
Originally.
blessing.
Not generous.
Goes? I'm
This
still
town's
waiting for a
finished.
few thank you.
You've returned. Can't imagine telling Hogarth I'm leaving.
That vacuous cacophony. Well, look who it is. What is it? Farewell now.
Is responsible for dumping several pounds of dander into the local atmosphere each pollination.
This unit beautifully acknowledges your presence.
And worse, unless you stop. An easeful release from Arcadian allergies of all kinds.
Literally everything I own is on.
We reject individualism, separately and together.
The most trusted
He's no official in that. Oh, well, I'll be. Did you visitor? If you need someone to talk to hereabouts, I said. Oh, I mentioned to the Vigilant how I'd reset my chef mech to prepare meals to my. Could that truly be true? Or you don't say. Huh. So if it were, yeah.
The Pan-Pharmacon 5 is now available to you, the unremarkable everyday consumer.
Why do those advertisements never stop?
That endless yattering is more. Ah, the itinerant stranger returns. Farewell now. Ah, the itinerant stranger returns. Thought you'd agreed to help us, not those corporate heathens. Not my favorite topic of discourse, but I do like the cut of your jib. Very well. State your piece.
Made from the reprocessed runoff of industrial facilities, chemical plants, slaughterhouses, and stockyards.
That is concerning. Perhaps somehow we could still tough things out, though, with only a modicum of suffering. Oh, I would love to argue. Ultimately, I regard their will. The joke is on you, really. And them, I suppose. Don't you see? We're all traitors. My former subjects are free to live an empty life with Auntie's choice. Should I? Haven't I failed them enough for one lifetime? No. I will stay here and loyally await the judgment I richly deserve. My former subjects jumped at the chance to abandon Westport. They don't need me. I suppose my duty to my people remains. We're unsure how I'll endure such an empty existence. Perhaps if I... All right then.
Supposed to taste good.
I'll say, it's like rotten fruit and decomposed.
Attention, everyone. Attention. I, Vigilant Ogden Hogarth, hereby do order all subjects under my command to abandon the settlement of Westport at the earliest possible juncture. You are to depart for the township of Fairfield, safely and together. Once there, you are to appeal to local authorities for citizenship with Auntie's choice. Thereupon, you are thus and forevermore relieved of your duties as subjects of the Protectorate. This is a direct order from your Vigilant and is not to be questioned and cannot be countermanded. Now see to your preparations. I will join you shortly.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice?
Hell. Whoever fixes this rip You've lifted my spirits right out of their doldrums. Our new guests have just arrived. Here. Had anyone asked, I would have bet a year's pay against your capturing the hearts and minds of the denizens of West. I've two minds about the convertees. Anyone with eyes can see they need guidance. I did indeed. Do forgive my preoccupations. Speak with Vigilant Hogarth in the building beside the saloon. Now, should you ever find yourself visiting the ACS Undisputed Claim, do come see me. I've no doubt that when we next meet, I'll have risen 6 ranks, at least. Farewell!
Take the pressure off with anti-physical. Under more than 3 atmospheres.
I ain't even close to hitting rock bottom yet.
The others appear to be Well, hello. You appear burning with purpose. Is everything all right? Has something occurred? Judging by the waves of consternation wafting off of you, your other options must have failed. Yes, I know of a means in, but you must do something for me there. Even though I no longer am of the Protectorate, I do care for its subjects. I'll prepare a writ of conscription to allow you entry to the Vox Relay. While most would refuse my authorization, the sentry assigned to the gate once lived in Westport. Sentry second-class layman. Show the writ as proof I have conscripted you into my employ. Use it to press service on my behalf, and she will let you in. Once you're inside, there's someone else you should show it to. You do that and say what I tell you. It saved many lives. The Vox relay is, to my mind, a time bomb. Brigadier Montelli's lost his way. Now all manner of chaos is raging there. I've heard tell he's even resorted to extra-legal madness, I tell you. A brigadier doesn't act as judge, jury, and executioner. That's an arbiter's job. And even then, Marshal Corbin. As with all my subjects, I have been there, and this is him. We cannot allow any of that to happen. If Corbin becomes the highest-ranking officer alive, the Protectorate execute connivers and schemer. Good, good. Farewell.
Those new Protectorate folk here from Westport, I really respect them. They've been through a lot. Hard to see money.
Jackson, don't! Don't fret. With these boots, I can fly!
Quit your broken legs if you can hear me, Jackson! Jackson? Oh, law. I can't believe he jumped that way.
Sir, I know this isn't the time, but are they gonna put us to the gallows for this?
What? No. That ain't how we operate in Auntie's Choice, Liza. We might be looking at a pretty fierce demotion for losing half our workforce and getting stuck up here, though.
Demotion to fertilizer?
No. Now cease your jawing. This ain't the time. Hey, you! You down there! Would you mind checking on our fellow? Might he have survived the fall? He thought those boots would make him fly, but they really just allow the user to jump repeatedly. Unless their downward velocity is too great. If so, well, you see what happens. Dying, actually. Dying in a fairly slow, agonizing manner. We've been stuck atop this machine since Ida, one of our new Protectorate acquisitions, had her gray matter scrambled by the height, jumped down, and landed right in its gears. I can't fathom no sensible motive. She joined us shortly after Auntie liberated her with the freedom of meritocracy, and she seemed happy enough.
Were you not listening? She said she'd always be a loyal subject. It was part of the endless inculcation we endured in the Protectorate. It can prove insurmountable for some.
The notion that she'd sacrifice herself, even after seeing the vast possibilities in staying alive and climbing the corporate ladder, it's just impossible to cognize. There ain't no way off this platform besides jumping, and you've seen how that ends. But you being down there makes you uniquely qualified to help us. The reason Jackson tried using those plasma thruster boots was to gather a piece of machinery we'd spotted on a little table halfway up the spire.
It's a drive overloader. If we install it, we can push the platform's arm hard enough to... well, to grind old Ida out of the gears.
Though the power of that overloader will deluge the system and, well, overload the drive and burn it out all permanent-like. But desperate times and all that.
So if you were to use them boots to bound up the spire and deliver the overloader to us, we'd avoid the tragic fate of our 2 former cohorts.
Exactly!
What? It's your duty as a subject to...
No, Liza, remember, you're not Protectorate anymore. So, what have we talked about? A duties only...
Discharged if the disbursement is dutifully deserving. Right. Sorry, I'm just a little flummoxed by being stranded up here.
So, bits, stranger. We'll give you bits if you get us down before we starve.
Thank the sovereign... thank you, stranger. We are eagerly anticipating a long life utterly absent of starvation. They're found in bandages and burn tinctures. You don't have that drive overloader? Ascending may be a waste. We've certainly found our way into a most harrowing circumstance, At least I'm glad I'm not alone. He hadn't been here Still, he seemed like a friendly... Please... We've certainly found our way into a most harrowing Please...
That was some impressive climbing. Poor Jackson could have won.
Outsiders approaching the south gate.
You've brought me my poor, hapless cousin. Patriarch, have mercy. So he has not only turned traitor, but he has also fallen prey to corporate manipulations. I thank you for bringing this to my attention. Look at you. Your lips are stained with snacks and Auntie's poison chalice. You have shamed our family. If only you had not strayed so far from home. Now then, have you any word of Ida? What? How do you know this? Keen as I am to entertain this, am I expected to take traitors and corporatists at their word? Let me see that. Yes. Yes! This does appear to be hers. This is excellent news. I had heard reports of the Harvester being incapacitated and its workers stranded. To think it was our dear Ida's handiwork. Oh, she shall be honored. Should Montelli deign to interrogate me for my associations, I'll be certain to inform him of her patriotism. This displeases me. Sabotage is... Since you have already delivered me... Cadre, lower the... Remember, there will be no negotiations, no staying of hands north of the bridge. If you step out of line, may the matriarch have mercy on you. Montelli surely won't.
Commander, I think you and I need to have...
You didn't so much as flinch, handing someone off to the warden to be executed like that. Was passage across the canyon truly worth the price? But you didn't explore any other avenue, did you?
The Protectorate care nothing for the lives of others. You know this, and still you went and made a deal with them. This is exactly the kind of shit I'm fighting against. Lives being given about as... This war zone is not your playground. Right. Ain't a stranger to tactics, Commander. But make no mistake, you give these folk an inch, and they'll crush the life out of you too. First chance they get. All right, I'll try to believe you. Should we get going? Ain't no use lingering. Lingering. Let's get across.
One step closer to DeVries.
Oh, thank the law. I never thought of myself as a
I mirror that sentiment, to be certain. In fact, Auntie will have to pay me triple if heights are to be involved. And isn't it...
I agree with Liza. I'm inclined to keep a few... Here's your reward for evacuating us with all our parts. It was useful for identifying crops we'd missed in our...
To what do we owe the pleasure?
Reminder, the enemy has... Auntie's choice is bad for our game.
Prisoner 34989-393A. There is no plate for you.
They're stringing up their own people.
Oh, these damn bodies. Why can't we just bury the lot of them? Oh, even my damned hammer turns against me. Blazes that
Unexpected
Area
sight
off
and
limit.
or sound. Origin unclear.
Back to it.
Please direct your attention to the administration lift checkpoint. Upon review.
Theoretically, it shall take me 4 hours to hang 8 bodies. But Montelli killed 6 more yesterday, and my sovereign's mercy. Is that you there?
Careful now. You're speaking to a soldier who could put one between your eyes at 100 paces back.
Ugh, no matter. I cannot afford to worry over you. I have a grave number of bodies to hang and not enough time to hang. Vigilant Hogarth sent you? I wish I could help, but he's been named a traitor. These credentials might as well be stained in Protectorate blood.
That being said, I am from Westport. If Hogarth trusts you, let's just say I'm willing to listen. The Brigadier sees enemies everywhere, sappers in every shadow. Approaching him under questionable license is to risk being shot. It's too dangerous for us both. While it pains me to act in what might be contrary, still I can't simply have you saunter the gibbets. There is little view of who's within them, so I can use them to haul you into the station without notice. I won't lock them, so you can free yourself once inside. I remember her. She worked. Regardless, it has been quite some time since I saw her. Allow me to open them for you and your companions. Getting folks inside can be...
Can't believe that actually.
This cannot be happening. Come, quickly.
Technicians Acna and Gastrell, you stand accused of manufacturing a fatal flaw in one of our valued dragoons. Have you any last words to express your shame?
That dragoon was already defective. Oh, we were only rebuilding the logic assembly so that...
At last, the truth alights. I hope this belated confession unburdens your conscience, though it will do nothing to commute your sentence. On the charges of sabotage and treason most contemptible, I find you both guilty.
No, please! This is all a misunderstanding. We're loyal!
More loyal subjects executed. And valued technicians, no less. I cannot see how reducing our own manpower guides us down a path to victory. Wait. I don't recognize you, soldier. Are you a new transfer? No, you can't be. Montelli's insisted on a complete lockdown. No one permitted to come or go from the station. I recognize your voice. Maori, isn't it? From Horizon Point? I thought for certain I'd read your name on the list of casualties. Nor do you match their description. Yet you say you are here on behalf of Hogarth, with a writ. The Sovereign's mercies never cease. Others named him traitor, but I never believed it. If anything, Montelli is the one who has betrayed his duty. He's inflicting more injury to the Protectorate right now than the whole of what Hogarth... Perhaps now we can finally put an end to all of this lunacy. Go to his terminal. Search for any information on it that may be deployed against him. Also, while you're there, notify High Command that I'm taking control of the station. I'll admit there's some risk in having my actions... No. Besides, Montelli is not merely my superior. He's also an old friend. I must make some attempt to get through to him. Remind him of what true service to the Protectorate means. Why did you not mention any of this before? Never mind. If this is indeed the Vigilance will, then what other choice can be made? Much as I prefer a peaceable solution, you're right. It would still be best to investigate Montelli's terminal for anything that might unsettle or unbalance him before our confrontation. You will need your own access card to get upstairs. Head through the... I will join you as...
Did you hear Montelli lock the thrusters?
I heard nothing, and neither did you.
But if the box relay launches, we won't be able to change its trajectory. It could land on one of our towns.
Are you questioning the actions of our brigadier?
No, of course not.
Good. I was sure.
Prudence dictates. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry.
Just give them.
Giving chase.
On your toe.
No, it's not our place to know anything unless...
Armed and ready.
Can I remain unsullied under the command of a rambling, nonsensical persecutor? Hello there. You seem to have caught me at a most inopportune time. Now, I must kindly ask that you vacate the vicinity. Your presence here is proving distracting, to put it mildly. Only patrolling one of the most vulnerable parts of the station? Yes, that's it. Very specialized work. The what? Brigadier Montelli would be ecstatic to hear you spout such humorous quips. You'd be labeled a hair. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what to do. I just don't wish to die. I can't... That'd be a fine idea. If only there weren't a group of starving raptidons that saw fit to make a den so close to the grate. I don't know. There's a lot of them, and only one of me. You're right. What are up? See you around, stranger. Just as soon as I gather my courage. Raptidons have a weak spot, don't they?
Customers.
I am given to follow.
Huh?
Appreciate if you clear out. Its gaze sees all.
What now? Ah, an intruder. Of course. I was warned the paradigm would test me, and here you have arrived. And Corbin. By your presence, am I to understand that you've turned renegade as well? Of all the serpents writhing beneath my boot, you were the last I expected to strike at me.
The only renegade here is you, Umberto. You forced my hand through your paranoia and cruelty.
I'm killing traitors, seditionists. I am purging our prized garden of chokeweed and all manner of slithering things. My methods may seem callous, but a swift response to treason is necessary to prevent this crisis from worsening. Auntie's choice, bah! The invaders are vacuous opportunists dead from the collar up. They would not have found purchase here if not for the festering rot already in our soil.
Festering rot? Hell of a way to speak of your own forces, Brigadier.
Or perhaps your auntie's choice simply lacks the standards to separate out mediocrity. Nevertheless, I am not afraid to speak what's true. Our great protectorate has lost its way. Years of comfort and plenty without stricter enforcement have softened us, made us weak, undisciplined. If only the sovereign heeded his consul's wisdom, he could restore the protectorate's honor, instead of shaming his forebears by leaving such a grave task to others like myself.
I have always approached my duty, if not for the
It's as I feared. You really have gone beyond the reach of all reason and honor. It was a lingering hope. I don't suppose you have anything more to add? Something that might further our purpose? Now would be the time to deploy it. You incompetent! I asked you to do one thing!
Trusting the enemy to do your bidding. You always were a guileless fool, Corbin. Were it up to me, I would sentence you to the slow and painful traitor's death you deserve. But given the circumstances, your extinction must come quicker. Guards, purge this loathsome treasonist and his odious ally from my sight. Leave none alive.
Finish then. If you'd have told me all those years ago that this is where my future would lead, standing over Montelli's corpse, what's done is done. I only hope my superiors will understand my actions here today, and that the Vox will be strengthened. After I've summoned janitorial services, I suppose I should... No going back from here. No going back from here.
Finally, the control room. The breeze must have left some evidence. Let's poke around.
I don't know who you are or how you accessed my private terminal, but it won't do for prying eyes to have evidence of my activities. I've triggered the Vox Relay fail-safe ejection routine. But worry not. After launching, the station will take several minutes to achieve its pre-programmed self-destruct altitude, so you'll have plenty of time to enjoy the ride before your death.
We gotta do something. If the Vox crashes into Fairfield, it'll kill a whole lot of my people and innocent civilians. Use the control panel. Do the right thing. It's a relief to hear you say so. Ain't no time to conversate. Let's move. We ought to move, quick.
Ah, there you are. I was expecting you 4 minutes and 27 seconds ago. I have a missive for you. Highest priority. Recipient's eyes only. All I can tell you is that it is... Oh, they did also say all other...
Station's gone. I can scarcely...
Ready to take the heat off, Commander. Just stay with.
Break as many fingers as pleases you. Wait. Who are you?
We're not Protectorate. We're your ticket out of this hotbox.
Esculepe? Zeb sent you? Wait, you're Niles, aren't you? Count on Zeb to go as far as raising. That wasn't meant to be pointed.
Oh.
Void damn, she tortured us for information. The others didn't survive her enthusiasm for the work. Thanks. Quick though, before I forget or we're interrupted, I memorized the cipher. It's 0251. Please don't think me ungrateful for your
If you're too hurt to walk,
No, it's not that.
That might just be the most ruthless...
Thanks. Funny what ideas come into your head after losing a molar. I'm no martyr. I'll make it look like an accident. Mechanical failure. When I was being tortured, I saw some frayed wires near the fuel system with a...
You know your stuff, Commander. I was just about to point out the same problem. Not blowing yourself up for starters.
You know how relentless the Protectorate is. Please, if you can help me sabotage the transport...
Might be I could sabotage the transport from the outside. Make it look like negligent maintenance. What do you think, Commander?
The others paid with their blood to protect the cause. How can I be unwilling to do the same? All right. I'm going to trust you on this, if only because... No point in remaining here. One last request. Anyway, thank you again.
I know what Audra said, but what if she's wrong? I can't help thinking we shouldn't leave without blooding in the Protectorate's nose first. I could still go through with our... I'm torn. On the one hand, Audra might be right. But when else are we going to have a chance to take out one of the Consul's lackeys and a Protectorate vessel in one go? I hear what you're saying, Commander. That Sentinel's not going to stop. She'll find new targets, new people to torture and kill. If we do nothing now, their blood will be on... Be serious, Commander. This isn't the time for jokes. I've spent 10 years on the sidelines, watching people suffer, not being able to do a thing about it. We can do something here. Thank you, Commander. Stay put. Shouldn't take me too long. Done. Won't go into the particulars, but you can trust. Let's get back to Zeb. He still needs a cipher, and he'll want to...
You've returned, but... Hold a moment. What's that in the sky? What in the blazes was that? What is it?
A Sentinel worked them over bad. Only Audra was still alive when we got...
Damn the Protectorate! At least you were able to get through to Audra. And what of the cipher? Thank you. Perhaps I was...
Can't fault you for having doubt.
I hope you'll both forgive me my earlier disposition. I'm not normally so... I'm pleased. I haven't much... This information came at a steep price, but I'll put it to good use. Expect to hear from me. Never fear.
Reckon I like the sound.
Introducing Auntie's new line